Hiya, welcome back to Green Hill Gaming, where I share my passion of video games with the whole wide world. In this live stream, I'll be playing Amy the Hedgehog 3 in Sonic Origins Plus. Yeah, Amy the Hedgehog 3. Because for the first time, Amy is playable in Sonic the Hedgehog 3 in Sonic Origins Plus. So sit back, relax, but as always, and more importantly, enjoy live stream. So, yeah, classic with a new spin, quite literally. It's the best part of Sonic Origins Plus for me, is being able to go back to these classical Sonic games and to get a completely new experience playing as Amy in Sonic 3. I described it as it's like DLC for a game that came out in the 90s. That's just literally how it feels. So I'll play Anniversary mode. So it's Sonic 3 and Knuckles, so it's the complete Sonic 3 package. So you can actually play as Amy and Tails if you want. It's kind of funny how it's not Amy and Sonic, much to Sonic's delight, I would say. But yeah, for the first time you get to play as Amy in Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles. I think anyway. I could be getting that wrong actually, I'm not too sure. Yeah, I think it's... Okay, so Amy is playable for the first time in Sonic 1, 2 and 3 Knuckles. I think she was always playable in Sonic CD. But the character that wasn't playable in Sonic CD was Knuckles. So in Sonic Origins Plus you get to play as Knuckles for the first time in Sonic CD. I think that's what it is, isn't it? Nonetheless, I know this is Amy the Hedgehog 3. So instead of having Tails on the tornado, instead of having Sonic on the tornado with Tails, it's Amy. And as I said, as I've been saying now since Amy the Hedgehog 1, this isn't just a cosmetic difference. Amy has her own abilities. So she's got this jumping hammer attack, and if you hold it down, she's got that running hammer attack. So it's both cosmetic and it's a cosmetic and mechanical difference. Notice how I play Sonic games. Notice how I play classic Sonic games. I don't just speed from one end of the level to the other. Because I don't necessarily believe that Sonic games are all about speed. Well, that was the best lose fair run of my entire life. Ah, the manuals. Sorry. I'm literally just replying to a message on WhatsApp in my head. Sorry. That's actually hilarious. Let me just pause this a second. God, I miss game manuals. Oh my god. Yes. I used to love getting a new game, and like sitting on the bus, heading home, and just having the manual like physically in my hand, the game manual, and just reading about the game. Oh my days. Although looking at the Japanese manuals for classic Sonic games, I kind of would have preferred if I was Japanese, because the Japanese game manuals are far better than the European and American ones. Sonic 3 and Knuckles is a lot darker compared to Sonic 2 and 1, isn't it? Robotnik literally just setting this place on fire. Does it get any darker than that? Well, it didn't last very long, did it? I thought it was going to be the UFO special stage. Oh, that's Sonic CD, isn't it? Jesus Christ, father, my eye is itchy. Fuck. Jesus. That's some itchy eye. Yeah, that's Sonic CD that has the UFO bonus stages, I think. Actually, speaking of UFOs, actually, I don't know if people are aware of the recent US Congress discussions that have been going on. And hello, my good friend Nicolai. As always, you are very welcome to Green Hill Gaming. This time I am live streaming Amy the Hedgehog 3. Yes, you heard correct. Amy the Hedgehog 3, because for the first time, Amy is now playable in Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles in Sonic Origins Plus. So I hope you're doing well, and I hope that you enjoyed the live stream. Yeah, UFOs. Recently, in America, like the US Congress has actually held, what would you call it? A hearing on UFOs and aliens. Basically, whistleblowers have come out and said, look, they're actually like the US government are actually like well aware of UFOs. There's been plenty of UFO sightings among like US military personnel, outside of US military personnel. In this Congress hearing, there was actually evidence of UFOs and UAPs presented to the Congress. But what was really interesting was this one particular whistleblower actually said that the US government are actually holding alien bodies. Now, bear in mind, all of the people in the Congress that were like giving this evidence, that were saying these things, they were under oath, and it's a federal offence to lie under oath, so they wouldn't have any benefit to lie. Like they wouldn't be lying, because if they did, well, they're facing a federal crime, which its consequence would be prison. So I found that very interesting, indeed. Like, you know, there's so many people that are just quick to dismiss the existence of UFOs and aliens and just laugh it off. Well, what do those people have to say about this whistleblower who swore under oath in a US Congress hearing that the US government are holding alien bodies? That is really interesting. Really interesting. I was just kind of wanting to play some Sonic Mania. Sonic Mania. Great game. Great game. Well, this is the next best thing to playing Sonic Mania is watching Green Hill Gaming playing Sonic Origins Plus. But, oh shit, I didn't actually mean to. Oh, well, I might as well now. I just spent... a coin. Doesn't matter. I wasn't supposed to. But yeah, that bonus stage, I think it's in Sonic CD, the UFO bonus stage, just reminded me of the whole situation that's going on right now in America with like, just like open, official discussion on UFOs and aliens, and it's just, it's so professional. It's so, yeah, professional. Like an actual like US Congress meeting. It doesn't get any more. I don't know why I'm making this harder for myself to be honest with you, but yeah, it doesn't get any more official than that, really, does it? So no, I meant to press no, but I pressed yes by accident. There's lots of those statements from former government workers. Oh, there's tons. And now more than ever, like there's so many whistleblowers coming out. Like again, like they're under oath. Under oath. Saying that they have seen UFOs, saying that the US government are holding alien bodies. That's impossible to dismiss. Like we ain't talking about Bobby Billy Joe from Kentucky in the basement saying they got probed by aliens. Like these are actually like people who worked for the US government or military or whatever, like under oath, saying in a US Congress hearing that yes, like the US government are holding alien bodies. Like, I don't know. I just find it really, it's hard to dismiss that, like. But I spoke about this before though. Like, people are scared of the truth, you know? So they react differently to it. You know, the denial, dismissal, downplaying, collective response. What I mean by collective response is like, because everyone else calls it crazy, therefore it's gotta be crazy. There's various responses, you know. People respond to these things, you know, so differently. But I just find it very hard to dismiss, you know, if there's actually somebody who's sworn under oath. Again, it's a federal offence to lie under oath. Like these people, this isn't a podcast. Like this US Congress hearing isn't some kind of podcast on a YouTube channel called Aliens 101, you know, from somebody's basement. This is an official US Congress hearing from people of the government, you know, from various fields, like from government, military, whatever. So yeah, in closing, I just think it's very hard to dismiss that. I'm going to skip the bonus stages because I don't really want to get all the Chaos Emeralds. Sonic 3 Knuckles is a very intense Sonic game compared to 2, 1 and CD, isn't it? Fantastic sequel. And I know a lot of people would argue like the last like proper like 2D Sonic game that we had on console, of course. I mean, there was the Sonic Advance series on Game Boy Advance. Oh shit! Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. Amy's running a hammer attack actually was the downfall there. That wouldn't have happened if I was playing as Sonic, Tails, or Knuckles. Sega had to come out and explain why Shadow the Hedgehog wasn't going to be in Sonic Superstars. Like, they had to confirm, like, unfortunately Shadow the Hedgehog won't be in Sonic Superstars. Like, it's pretty obvious why Shadow is not going to be in Sonic Superstars, because Sonic Superstars is classic Sonic, and Shadow is not classic Sonic. Shadow is 3D Sonic. So that's the end of that. I mean, obviously a lot of people like Shadow the Hedgehog, but maybe he'll make an appearance in Sonic Forces when that new DLC comes out. Which reminds me, actually, there was a what you call it? There was a trademark recently. I think it was a trademark. I don't know what you would call it, for what was it called? Sonic and Friends or something like that. Some people are saying that could be some kind of another series, but the more I think of it, actually, I think that's going to be what the new Sonic Frontiers DLC is going to be. The story DLC where you get to play as new characters. I'd say that's what more than likely it's going to be. And who knows, maybe Shadow the Hedgehog could become because he's obviously he's a beloved character in the Sonic series. There's no denying that, but he's part of the okay. So there's two types of Sonic games. There's the classic Sonic games and there's the modern Sonic games. Like, classic Sonic would be this game right here, and the upcoming Sonic Superstars. Classic Sonic is 2D platforming. Modern Sonic is 3D open world Sonic, and that introduced Shadow the Hedgehog, right, along with other characters. So realistically speaking, you're not going to see a big Decat or the Bat, I forget her name, and Shadow the Hedgehog, because they're not part of classic Sonic. You know, video games are not real. Shocker, I know. Resident Evil is not real. Resident Evil is as real as this game, Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog is not any less Sonic the Hedgehog isn't any more real than Resident Evil is. Now you're probably asking where am I going with this. Just bear with me. I want to stress this again. Video games are not real. Just let that one sink in for a second. Maybe you need some time to digest that information. Shocker, isn't it? Like, video games are actually not real. Like, there's no pink hedgehogs running around helping other blue hedgehogs to save the day from an evil scientist that's trying to destroy the world. Like, that's not real, right? There's no shady pharmaceutical company like Umbrella Corporation creating T-viruses to, you know, commit bioterrorism. Alright? So video games are not real, Resident Evil is not real, Sonic is not real. No matter what the graphics are like, no matter what the character models are like, they're not real. So, you know, you want to say that aliens are not real, and UFOs are not real, well, don't forget to mention that video games are not real. Don't forget to mention that Amy the Hedgehog and Chris Redfield are not real. So has that synced in? Okay, good. Now, let's talk about how Sega have modernized Sonic the Hedgehog, and how Resident Evil, how Capcom have modernized Resident Evil. Okay, Sonic Superstars, sorry, Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 2, CD, and this game right here, 3 Knuckles, are all 2D platformers. Where speed plays a massive role, you know, special abilities play a massive role, platforming obviously play a massive role. Well, Sonic Superstars is the latest game in the Sonic series, and it's going to be released on PlayStation 5, the most recent hardware. And it's going to have a new art style, it's going to have new gameplay, like new abilities. It's a modern Sonic the Hedgehog game. But it isn't a massive departure from what we would expect from 2D Sonic. It's everything you would expect from 2D Sonic. Then we have modern Resident Evil. Where we have, like, so Resident Evil is 100% survival horror, fixed camera angles, tank controls, true resource management, true limited save system. That's Resident Evil. But unfortunately, from 4 onwards, we've been getting action horror, we've been having Leon suplexing Ganados, and those Ganados respawning ammo and health, and kicking open doors and jumping out windows, and Chris Redfield punching boulders. Resident Evil 6 having Call of Duty style action, and 7 Village being not more than Outlast clones, first person action horror. That's not Resident Evil. If you like those games, cool. If you want to enjoy those games, cool. I'm not telling you that you can't enjoy those games. I'm not telling you can't play those games. But it's interesting to see the difference between how Capcom have modernized Resident Evil compared to how Sonic has been modernized by Sega. One company has done it right, the other company hasn't done it right. And there's a reason why I started off this conversation by saying that video games are not real, because I know people are going to be saying, oh, you're comparing Sonic to Resident Evil. They're both video games. They're both fictional. None of these games are real. Amy the Hedgehog doesn't exist. The Umbrella Corporation doesn't exist. So it doesn't matter if they're from different genres. It doesn't matter if they look different. They're both fictional video games that do not exist in the real world. And my point is that Sega have modernized the Sonic the Hedgehog series without completely departing from what makes 2D Sonic 2D Sonic. Whereas Capcom have completely departed from what makes Resident Evil Resident Evil. Like Resident Evil is like in 2023, Resident Evil nowadays is action horror. But a couple of remakes here and there, but even those remakes like are a slight departure from the original, because last time I checked, the original Resident Evil 2 was tank controls and fixed camera angles. I know, because I know how people's minds work. Like, there's people's tank controls in 2023. Why? Are you going to say that's not realistic? Are you going to say that doesn't look realistic, doesn't play realistic? What does playing realistic mean? Like, define something that plays. How can you play realistically? I don't quite understand that term. I would wish somebody would describe that term to me, but playing realistically. Okay. So if I wanted to, I could have Leon Kennedy in Resident Evil 4 Remake just constantly running. I could have him running in circles for 10 hours straight. Is that realistic? When's the last time you saw somebody running in circles for 10 hours straight? I haven't. So what is something that plays realistically? Because I don't quite understand. My knuckles. Fuck off. So that's why you have to remember what I said at the start of this conversation, is video games are not real. They're not supposed to be real, no matter how realistic they might look. Yeah, there's no reason why modern Resident Evil cannot be tank controls. Oh, it doesn't look real, and then 2 seconds later you're taking a massive rocket launcher out of your fucking pocket to take down this monster with like 15 eyeballs. Yeah, that's so realistic. I mean, just think about it, like, you know, just have a serious like think about it before you actually open your mouth, like, because, you know, video games are not real. Therefore, there is nothing wrong with having a modern Resident Evil that has tank controls and fixed camera angles. And then you hear stuff, it's literally the exact same thing, but you hear people saying, oh, it's not believable. Believable like a shady pharmaceutical company that creates monsters with 15 eyeballs. Yeah, believable as in Chris Redfield, who can literally punch a boulder into lava. Oh, and bear in mind, can survive right beside molten lava. Because that's so realistic, isn't it? That's so believable, isn't it? Yeah, I really believe that's happening, yeah. I really believe that there's someone that can inject a virus into himself and then 2 seconds later turns into a giant monster with a big eyeball coming out of his arm. Yeah, that's very believable, isn't it? So it's not like Resident Evil is no less believable than the game that I'm playing right now. If I had to believe in Resident Evil, I would therefore believe that there's a pink hedgehog running around somewhere right now in water fighting Dr. Robotnik. Do you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, end of that conversation anyway. I'm not a fan of some of the mechanics of this game, to be honest. Because it takes some time to figure out how they actually work. Whereas in the other games, it just kind of comes naturally. Like the kind of seesaw mechanics in Sonic 1 and 2, like it's, you know, it's pretty obvious. Like pushing the block in Sonic 1, that's pretty obvious. But there's a lot of stuff in this game where you're like, what the hell do I do here? See, this is what I mean now. These spinners, what do you call them? Jesus Christ, what? Oh, Jesus. I always find Sonic 3 Knuckles more annoying than the other Sonic games. This is how I feel. And some people love this game with a passion, like, and that's fair enough, like, but I don't know, I always find it annoying. I always find it to be an annoying experience. What the fuck? Really has. I like the way that there's actually like some kind of form of a boss battle at the end of every act, and how the level changes as you go along. Oh shit, what the fuck? Oh, they look mock springs as well, it's kind of funny. It tricks them to think, what the fuck? Oh, there we go. Oh, you fucker. I'm actually still thinking of manuals in my head, game manuals. God, I actually missed them, like proper game manuals. Not like a tiny little fucking leaflet that like tells you like basic controls, like this is how you move forward, this is how you press X to attack. It's like, I mean, proper manuals that would give you like a prologue of the game. I mean, it was so cool, like sitting on the bus, like, you know, with this new game that you got, and you have the manual, and you're reading the prologue. I think I did that for like Resident Evil 3 actually. Just like sitting there, like, you know, getting an overall like kind of like feel for the story of the game, like. Like Metal Gear Solid 1 in particular, like that was fantastic. That like that gave you like a prologue and like backstory behind the characters and everything. Like manuals were just fantastic. Well, of course, we're to save the planet. Like, why are people handing me paper saying "save the planet, save the trees," when trees were cut down to make the paper that says to me, "Save the trees"? I never forget the time that I saw like paper wrapped around the tree saying "Save our trees." I mean, like I get like when people's heart is in the right place, like, and they want to do good, like, but like it's a pity their brain isn't in the right fucking place. Well, I know that limited run games and companies like them, they do manuals, like they like specialise in like, you know, physical releases, like in every sense of the word, like, so the box, the cartridge or the CD, whatever console you have, and the manual. Like I got a manual for Zombies Ate My Neighbours in Ghoul Patrol, whatever the fuck. And it's actually 3D as well, like you actually get like 3D glasses with it, like it's actually cool, like, but if they can do it, like, it's just companies trying to be woke. Oh, look at us, we don't have plastic, we don't have paper. Like, not like, yeah, bring back manuals. Oh shit. Yes, thank you. Okay. Well, that didn't go too well, did it? It was a 3D game. Ah, shit, sorry, I just seen your comment there. Which, sorry, I think I might have seen your comment a bit later. What game are you referring to? The 3D game. I might have been very late to that comment actually, I'm so sorry. Yeah, bring them back in games. The games didn't get cheaper. Exactly, the games, exactly, yeah. It's not like we're paying, oh look, it's okay because you're paying less for the game. We're actually paying more for games, so give us manuals, for God's sake. Make them out of like recycled paper or something, I don't know. Is there something about tree? Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. Not the game, but the what's interesting is the character in the game. Um, one of them is called Zach. I forget the girl's name, but one of the characters, Zach. Anyway, he actually wears 3D glasses in the game. So the physical edition that limited run released, you actually get a pair of fully functional 3D glasses, and the manual actually has like you can put on the 3D glasses and see the shit, like see it in 3D. It's cool. Oh, Tails, you got a good catch. Boom. Good job, Tails. Limited Run Games is a great company for giving us like physical versions of not only new release like indie games, but like like re-releases of games that came out years ago. Like in my case, Zombies Ate My Neighbors and Ghoul Patrol. The only problem is if you're living halfway across the world, and I don't even think it matters that actually if you're living halfway across the world. Like these games wouldn't like limited run games will come out and announce. Like they will announce like we're giving you a physical edition of fucking whatever game, right? But the thing is, they didn't even start production. Like the thing doesn't even exist. Like they haven't even produced this thing yet. So you could be waiting. Like I was waiting like about a year and a half before I got my physical edition of Zombies Ate My Neighbors in Ghoul Patrol. But that's a long wait, like. So I think after that, I actually promised myself. Well, a few reasons. That was the main reason. But like the other reason is, yeah, collector's editions and limited editions and all that. I mean, yeah, they look cool. But like, I'm actually running out of space. Like, and at the end of the day, like, they're just left there. It's just left there. They don't serve any like purpose and such. So from now on, I just get the game. Like, I might get like a deluxe edition of the game if it has like extra content, like actual in-game content. But like, you know, like 50-inch statues and stuff like that, soundtracks and stuff like that. Like, nah. From now on, it's just the game that matters for me. It's not worth the hassle. To be honest with you, like, it's just not like. That's really cool that they do that. But I've heard many complaints about. Yes, I'm glad I wasn't the only one. Massive waits. I don't know if it's because I'm from Ireland and they're like an American company. I don't know if that had any, if that like played a part. But I don't think it did. I think it's just the fact that they actually they haven't the product produced or in production when they actually announced this. Like they were literally like limited run games could literally right now say that, oh, we're making a physical edition of this indie game that came out there before, um, goes on sale in 2 days time, and people like jump on the website to try to get their pre-order secured. But the thing is, they haven't even started production of the product, so that's why it takes so long, and it's that. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they have to get the numbers in. Maybe just see like if people are going to be interested in this. But like, I don't know. It's such a long wait. Like, no, blue squares. getting good at those plus fares now, if I say so myself. Don't know if anybody is a fan of Quake, but apparently Quake 2 is going to be re-releasing on modern platforms, a bit like the original Quake. I actually played it. Is it no Quake? Oh wait, no, it's not Quake. Is it Quake? It is Quake. You know what? I don't even know. It'll be interesting to see what happens with like Doom and Wolfenstein going forward. They may have already had like contractual agreements, like to bring like a Doom or Wolfenstein game to modern platforms. You know, a bit like Call of Duty, because obviously like this year's Call of Duty would have been a contractual agreement on PlayStation anyway. So what I realised is like this acquisition, the Activision Blizzard acquisition, which hasn't even been like officially like approved yet, like we're not going to see the results of that for quite some time. So it's not like we're never going to see, like it's not like we're not going to see it. It's not. What I'm trying to say is like there will be games from Activision Blizzard that will release on modern platforms. Like, you know what I mean? Like we won't see the result of that acquisition for a long while. But when it does go through, and you know, when we do start seeing the results, it'll be interesting to see though, like, you know, what games will remain multi-platform, what games will only be on. Because I think, well, obviously, like Elder Scrolls 6 is more or less going to be confirmed as Xbox only. So that's the first kind of example of a game that would have always been on PlayStation, even on Switch, being only on Xbox. So it's yeah. I mean, if you have to look at that, then there's a very strong chance like that. Oh shit, I'm dead. Oh, never mind. Good chance that games like Wolfenstein and Doom could only be on Xbox. Who knows? Who knows? But then again, though, it might only be these real, like, big, kind of like massive scale games that would probably be only on Xbox. I definitely think anyway. No, in fact, I know. Like games like Spyro the Dragon and Crash Bandicoot, they're not going to ignore the Nintendo market. Another game that Microsoft own is Minecraft. But Minecraft Switch Edition makes the most revenue for Xbox. Because there's a market for those type of games, of course, you know, on Switch. So, like, Microsoft would make a lot of, you know, revenue with that market, like, you know, kid-friendly market, like. And obviously, like, Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon is kid-friendly. So I can see, like, Crash Bandicoot, like, being exclusive to Xbox, you know, just out of spite, just, oh, we're now only going to be an Xbox, but like, that would be stupid. I mean, Xbox might be desperate in terms of like, acquiring companies, but they're not stupid. They're not going to ignore a market like this. I actually forget how this works. Okay. What the fuck? Am I going backwards? Oh shit. So one of the things, oh shit. Ironically, what I was going to say was, one of the things I like about Sonic 3 and Knuckles is the fact that when you have a bubble, it actually functions as the bubble. When it loses it. What the fuck? Okay. Jesus. Oh, come on. What the fuck? I remember those things. Oh god. Ah shit. Green orb ball, whatever the fuck. It actually reminds me of a giant green marble that I had as a kid. You know, you don't even wonder where the fuck those things go, like, what happened to that green marble? Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, that was close. Too close. Right, that will do it for the gameplay. I'll round off the live stream before I go to sleep by listening to a song or two in museum. Playlist. Start off with Starlight Song. Nice relaxing piece of music. I always love looking at the box for Sonic the Hedgehog on Sega Mega Drive. It's always great to look back on a game that came out so many years ago and know that it's still here and that more people are playing it, new people are playing it. That's great, like. Now Sonic has went through a lot of changes over the years. I know that I said earlier in this live stream I spoke about Resident Evil and how that's changed. Well, I've been speaking about that now for a very long time. But Sonic has changed as well. But the thing about it is Sega always seems to, bring it back, kind of ground it. In like for every like bad Sonic game, like Sega seemed to match it with a really good Sonic game. Now the thing is, the difference between Resident Evil and Sonic is the fact that there's actually two types of Sonic games. Now you can argue that there's two types of Resident Evil games as well. You could argue there was the remakes, and you could argue that there was the mainline series. But then again, like a remake is just that, it's a remake of a mainline Resident Evil game. So there isn't any real like kind of sub series of Resident Evil. I know you would say like Revelations or something like that, but what I'm saying is Sonic has 2D and 3D. You know what I mean? Whereas like most Resident Evil games kind of like follow a kind of very kind of like similar structure. Sonic does have some of the best music, 101%, definitely. Just thinking of one more song to round off. I'm gonna say this. So yeah, so you have 2D Sonic, 3D Sonic. They're two different types of games, really, to be honest with you. But I think depending on how you speak to, like, for me, I always prefer 2D Sonic. You know, that's the Sonic I grew up playing. You know, like you could say that what Sonic did with Sonic Adventure on Sega Dreamcast is the same thing that Capcom did with Resident Evil 4 on the GameCube. You know, try to bring in a new audience, try to modernize Sonic. But for me, it's Sonic 1, it's Sonic 2, it's Sonic 3, it's 2D Sonic games. And it's great to see that Sonic Superstars is coming out at the end of the year. That's not that I can enjoy Sonic Frontiers or can enjoy any of these other 3D Sonic games. But, yeah. Okay. But the risk of me fucking yapping for the next 25 minutes like a madman, I'm going to end the live stream now, get some sleep, and I will see you all in the next live stream. But thank you very, very much for watching. Much appreciated. Hope that you enjoyed. And yeah, see you next time.